who did this.
Jesus has said.
Akin.
Akin.
Yes, Akin.
Same Akin.
Yes.
Folarin, let go my shirt.
Bro, calm down. Where are you going?
Let go!
Talk to me, please.
Jesus has said.
I just want to pay him a visit.
You want to go alone? Do you know how dangerous Akin can be?
Dangerous? Do you know how dangerous I was before I gave my life to Christ?
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hypecia Olushi, and on this channel I talk about faith, lifestyle and gospel review. If you're new to this channel, thanks for stopping by. If you're thanks for skipping, thanks for coming back. In this video, I'll be reviewing the 10th episode of Abattoir season 5. In the 10th episode, a lot of activities took place. We saw Eva being attacked by Akin and was later rushed to the hospital. We saw Dele, Juwon, Nicholas and Folarin going to visit Eva at the hospital. We saw Officer Gabriel seeking for help after having a dream about Rambo coming for her son. We saw the visit of Officer Gabriel to Chief Sonia at the prison. We saw Baba Gbenro and Mama Gbenro with Rambo at Baba Gbenro's house, and a whole lot of activities. The fellowship planning the mission outreach, Folarin going to pay Akin a visit after seeing Eva at the hospital, and Martin visiting Baba Gbenro and accusing him of not checking up on his father or on him. I don't know if it's just me, but this episode is my favorite episode so far in the 5th season of Abattoir. It was filled with funny scenes, lessons and thought-provoking conversations. My major lesson from the movie was the scene where Martins went to visit Baba Gbenro and he started talking back at him and accusing Baba Gbenro of not checking up on him, and he said things that he shouldn't have said. He later realized himself and he sat down and was apologizing to Baba Gbenro. And Baba Gbenro was not upset that he said those things to him, but Baba Gbenro said something that was very significant. He said that in the heat of your anger, you should be careful of your utterances because the devil might use it against you. And that reminded me of the scripture that says that you should be quick to hear, slow to speak and slow to become angry. Also, in the scene where they were having an excuse meeting and Juwon was trying to correct Folarin about calling his friends idiots, and he indirectly called him an idiot too, where he mentioned 3 idiots. And I felt like that was too harsh, considering the fact that Folarin is a new convert. And we saw later on when they went to the hospital to see Eva, Folarin wanted to go and pay Akin a visit, and when Juwon asked if he could follow, he asked him, "Are you an idiot?" He said no. And so Folarin left without Juwon. I feel like if Juwon hadn't called him an idiot, he would have allowed him follow him to go pay Akin a visit. And if he had followed him to go pay Akin a visit, who knows, the story could have turned out differently. He wouldn't have beaten Akin the way he did. One of the funny scenes in the movie was the scene where Folarin went to pay Akin a visit, and while they were there, he was reading the things that Akin was to do because he beat Eva, and he said, lastly, you must surrender your life to Christ. In the previous episode, we've seen Folarin make that mistake where he tried to force salvation on his guys. And that's something that we should be conscious of. We don't force salvation on people. We don't force people to surrender their life to Christ. Salvation, choosing to follow Jesus, is a decision that a person must make because they realize their need for Jesus. You don't force people to surrender their lives to Christ. You show them the way to Jesus and allow them make that decision. Also, when Akin got a visit from his late father's best friend and he told him about his wife's condition and how he needed him to pray for his wife, I was just wondering, since Akin left the hospital, he hasn't reached out to anyone. He hasn't called Baba Gbenro, he hasn't called Chief Sonia to inform them that, oh, my daughter is out of the hospital, this is what happened, this is the things that have been happening afterwards. I feel like Akin still has a lot to learn and he needs to be discipled. He just surrendered his life to Christ, and shortly after his daughter was sick and was rushed to the hospital, he hasn't really had time to study and be discipled by someone who has been in the faith before him. It's possible that the man who told him about his wife was lying to him and they're just trying to, set a trap for him to get him. I also like to comment on Martins and Officer Gabriel's relationship. Martins has missed out on opportunities in previous scenes to preach to people and minister to their needs because he was angry or upset or distracted. And again, he got a call from Officer Gabriel in this episode, and he still hung the call on her despite the fact that she apologized and she told him that she needed help. I feel like he's letting anger and pride cloud his judgment, and it's beginning to get annoying. Martins, what is going on? Even at the point where he saw Chief Durosoyan speaking with her, he interrupted them and he just made Officer Gabriel leave, and she didn't surrender her life to Christ. It was like he was just after her. He didn't just want her to give her life to Christ. He didn't believe that she could give her life to Christ. He didn't even want to think about the possibility. Like, I understand that Officer Gabriel has been a pain in the neck, and I wouldn't say I like her character exactly, but she's a human being. But now she's willing to come to Christ. She has come to the point where she has realized that, oh, I can't even handle this on my own. All she was asking for Martins was an address and contact details, but Martins was unwilling to give it.
I called you. I begged you for help. But what do? You shoved my plea back into my face. Your father...
Keep my father out of your mouth.
Your father, who I thought was an occultic man, proved to me today to be the most honorable man I have ever met. Baba Gbenro, the man you spent all your life with, is an epitome of grace and humility. But look at you. You are surrounded by greatness, but unfortunately, none of it has ever rubbed off on you. None has reflected upon you.
If you haven't watched the Abattoir series, you're missing out on a lot. You can find it on Damla My Family YouTube channel. I promise you, you will not regret watching the movie. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Like this video and share it.